With that being said, I tried to give my girl the benefit of the doubt, and I feel like on a lot of subjects, she'd be on the money a bit. With this one, talk about it's just media and it's cinema first, and people who like movies is cinema first. Baby, that ain't what you should have just told the people what the movie was about.
So Miss Halsey decided now was the perfect time to speak up about the whole Sydney Sweeney American Eagle drama, probably because she's starring alongside Sydney in their new movie Americana. Convenient, right? Meanwhile, people are already saying they're boycotting the film because they want nothing to do with Sydney right now, and here comes Halsey basically begging people to still support it. And yeah, the internet is coming for her left and right after what she's had to say, so let's break all of this down, you guys. As Sydney Sweeney's controversial American Eagle ad continues to stir outrage across the political spectrum, her Americana co-star is stepping in to defend their film, especially after headlines decried its low box office numbers, hinting at a possible connection. For those of you not in the know, the outrage over Sydney Sweeney's jeans seemingly overshadowed her latest indie film called Americana at the box office. Though it was never intended to be a blockbuster, headlines lambasted its $500,000 opening, and now her co-star is jumping into the fray to defend their project. Mind you, this is Halsey's first film debut, just as controversy continues to swirl around her co-star. The reason Sydney was getting called out was for promoting eugenics and contributing to propaganda. Halsey decided to take to her Instagram stories, and she basically encouraged her fans and everyone in the cinema world to see the film, while also praising director Tony's work as exceptional, and she decided to call out tabloids and drama channels. Here's what she had to say. She posted the cover and said, "You should go see this movie because Tony Toss made an exceptional film in honor of a genre he knows intimately, because his work and his vision are greater than the 24-hour gossip tabloid denim bullshit. He's an incredible artist who made a great film with a group of hardworking, talented people. If you love cinema, then you should know that cinema comes first. This is cinema." She then went on to write indirectly, but seemingly more directly, about the Sydney Sweeney jeans controversy, adding, "I do agree that our words are important in this climate. I don't, however, think that it's fair for the news cycle to editorially rip a hardworking director and his hardworking crew for their film that is completely separate from and unrelated to a pretty dumb advertising take. If it's not clear who the actual people I'm standing up for are, I'm sorry, look closer." Not sure why she couldn't just mention Sydney Sweeney's name, but I guess we gotta keep everything vague nowadays. But it didn't stop there, you guys. Halsey further went on to make a few other posts on Twitter that have now been deleted, so she's going hardcore defending this movie, you guys. She was getting some backlash for the things she said. This person said, "I think you need to listen to the criticism from your fans on this one. Many of us are hurting and directly affected under this administration, and trivializing a dog whistle because you're upset at the unfortunate timing of etc, etc." And then Halsey responds, "I'm not upset the film's release is being hurt by the timing. I'm upset that a bunch of non-celebrity people involved in this film are being bullied by the media. I have said everything I am permitted to say about my feelings on the ad, and if you're a fan of mine and think I support eugenics, then I don't know what to say. I don't know why you're a fan then, to be honest." She responded to someone else who said, "But you specifically reduced people's rightful outrage to denim bullshit. You're right, they are separate things. However, you can defend the director and film without mentioning it in," and then it cuts off, but she says, "I said that because I think it's dumb for media outlets who don't stand either way on the issue to make puns about jeans and tear apart a film that's completely unrelated. None of that contributes to any conversation in a meaningful way. It's exactly what I called it. It's clickbait." Now, people weren't too thrilled about Halsey stepping in to defend Sydney, with a ton of people saying things like, "Even if Sydney Sweeney didn't do the ad, why would I watch this movie? I love Halsey, but this was a bad take. If she would have came out and just said, I understand the upset of the ad, but please upgrade this work because it's affecting other people like the crew that shouldn't be affected, that would be fine, but calling the ad just drama and BS minimize its effects." Especially when Halsey saw so much support after the whole thing came out with G-Eazy and people were ragging on G-Eazy for her, and she didn't say that was just drama. This person said, "Her rent must be due because I've never seen someone beg for their movie to be seen." No, honestly, same here.
Now, Halsey, why couldn't you just be quiet? I know you're like a quarter black, so you thought maybe if you put your 2 cents in this, you could be like, well, but guys, look at me, I'm okay with it. But no, just for the record, people aren't going to see Americana, and it's not because of the drama with the denim. That just was the nail in the coffin. The reason we aren't going to see it is because none of us knew this movie was coming out. As a chronically online person, I feel like I know about everything, and I had no idea this movie was coming out. How come I knew more about a jeans commercial, than I knew about this movie that all these big people are in? Get your marketing team up and stop blaming us because your movie is bombing. Because even if it was the blame of the drama, as Halsey calls it, there would still be a good amount of people going to see it. But this movie is tanking. It's not just like doing bad. It's like no one is seeing it. And it's because no one knew it was coming out. You can't just throw a bunch of A-listers in a movie and expect it to blow up on its own. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say A-listers. You shouldn't throw a bunch of celebrities in a movie and expect that alone to carry the success of your movie. But the fact that I did not hear about this movie until after it came out, and it was because people were saying, oh yeah, this movie is doing really bad, just says a lot. Make it make sense that you're blaming us for the movie tanking, but not all of Sydney Sweeney's conservative right-wing fans that have been, pushing her up recently. Why aren't you talking to them? Tell them to go see the movie. Leave me alone. He's such a good director and he works so hard in his craft, and to make this film, you guys need to go see it. That's not a reason enough for me to go see a movie. I go see movies because they look interesting. That movie looks boring as all hell. And you want me to waste, I don't even know how much money, going to theater to sit there and listen to Sydney Sweeney? Oh my gosh, look at my gun. I want the money. No!
Director Toast also took to social media in defense of his project, sharing his thoughts after its disappointing debut. He said, "One of the greatest things about movies is that they outlive the zeitgeist into which they were released. As someone whose first film sort of got gobbled up by the zeitgeist, I'll be curious to see how it'll stand up after this moment is over. Hopefully fairly well." Way back in 2022, I decided to use Letterboxd as a way to publicly journal the post-production process on Americana. Why? I don't know. It seemed like a fun thing to do. Even back then, I knew I was creating a hidden gem type movie as opposed to a blockbuster or a tour masterpiece. I've told industry people from before I made Americana that my ideal directing career was to string together a series of minor gems. One picture in, I don't know if a minor gem career is feasible these days. I think I've got to swing either bigger or smaller. Excited for people to find Americana in the days, weeks, months, years to come, but also trying to internalize the many lessons learned from swing number 1. But anyways, you guys, that's what's been going on with Halsey and her getting calls out all over social media. I want to know what you guys think about her weighing in on this Sydney Sweeney controversy and her basically begging for people to watch this movie. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I love you guys so much, and as always, I'll see y'all in the next video.